Healer has no fade, by the way, so like we can win. I should be getting dispelled here anytime, I would imagine. I should have told him to play Blinding Light into this. He Holy Wards. You can't Holy Ward Silence. I have a proc. He just dies. Any hammers? Nice. He wasted his fade. Big damn. Big damn.
Yo, what's going on, guys? So a lot of people have been asking me about Chimaeral Sting versus Roar Sacrifice, and basically, long story short, as like Marksman Hunter, Chimaeral is just way too insane. It synergizes with the class design so well, especially as a Kyrian Hunter. A lot of times, as MM Hunter, you really can't push for CC without sacrificing good positioning and like trading a lot of like damage taken. Half the time too, if your kill target is stacked near the healer, your trick shots from your tier are just gonna break the CC. But that's the beautiful thing about Chimaeral Sting. It's a 1 minute cooldown, just like your Kyrian pop, and it will always be there to cover your damage. There's a key difference between MM and the other two specs. All Hunter specs want to play defensive, but BM and Serve have a lot of constant pressure and easy ways to get instant CC. It's not about quote unquote one go for those specs, it's about maintaining constant pressure and playing to survive. MM is similar in that aspect, as you want to play defensive and turret for max range, but you have to find your kill windows and execute things when they have little to no ways to respond to the damage. And that's why Chimaeral Sting is so good. It allows you to CC healer on your big go with little to no risk, and since it takes 2 globals for the silence to hit, it synergizes with Kyrian really well. Warsack really never saves you, let's be honest. Imagine you're fighting a ret war, you get full Hodge, its wings wreck. If you press Warsack and try to sit that Hodge, you're gonna fucking die. It's really only worth into fire mages because it hard counters combust. Some other fringe cases too that it's pretty solid into, like in 2s you could play it into Windwalker monks. And other MM hunters, but I don't even really do that just because of how good Chimaeral Sting is offensively. Because if you just look here, like we have our go, right? So we Chimaeral Sting, 1 global, 2 global, rapid fire. This thing is silenced during your entire rapid fire cast. It just covers your damage perfectly. Alright, so here we got a little Arsham DH. We true shot here to try to bait the blur. Nice, we secured the blur, so we're kind of just vibing, trying to set up the go. We proc a little trick shots, double tap here because blur is about to end. Root him. Trying to get to the healer to drop that Chimaeral and send it. Chimaeral here. Arrow, line the DH peels. We get a proc on the go to. Splat. Big damn. That's how you do it. This priest are prime real estate for the silence go. We get a proc first global here. I should have kicked that penance. Kick shadow, send the blanket. This guy doesn't react to it at all. It's like he could have pre-domed, he could have pre-pain subbed, he could have pre-varied, but he was like, he ran in so aggro. He was like trying to do big damn or something. So we just put him in the dirt. It's the power of the blanket silence, man. I'm telling you guys. No one ever thinks they need to trinket the blanket silence. It's a 2400 priest too. Here we got a little holy priest rival hunter. We're playing MM Pharaoh. We run in, cocks out. Trying to pump, trying to force some shit. We got the feign death. We got the Ross and the Guardian on the hunter. So I go healer. Off the silence, off the bash. Didn't think he needed to trinket the silence, but maybe he didn't trinket because he's res Lego, right? So we love res Lego gamers. That's the power of the blanket right there, though. That's the key. That's what you guys want to try to do to res Lego. But most good priests will have a res Lego cancel fade, and that'll get them out of the trap. But if they fuck it up by like any micro, they're just gonna get instant trap, low HP, and you just kill shot. The BM to healer, kind of a hard comp, but we get in there, we get the big aggro plays, we immune the pet stun. Silence the healer, just send it. We just in there, bro. This guy sits the whole silence and dies. No one ever thinks they need to trinket the silence. That's the beauty of Chimaeral Sting, because every other hunter player that plays Chimaeral is either BM or serve. So they expect to get trapped off it. They're expecting it CC. They're expecting the damage to go on their DPS. People don't see that shit coming. At least the first time around, obviously, right? It's strong. Okay, so here we got a Holy Priest and Holy DK. Queuing some MM Feral again. We run in, try to press some buttons. Press my immune trigger so I can't get stunned. He stunned my Feral though. So we're forcing some buttons here. We got the ice bounds and shit. I was out of range to kick this game for my boy, but I scatter him to get some distance. Double tap. I silence. But this is where we're sneaky. It looks like we're going DK. But we do the focus rapid fire, and the priest doesn't see it coming. He fades late, but the kill shot's already in the air. It's like that interaction with turtle, you know, like if you turtle a chaos bolt after the chaos bolt is already casted, you're still gonna die through your turtle. Same thing with fade. So you can be really sneaky with your damage using this blanket silence. Try to keep that in mind. Focus rapid fire bind, get one. You can win a lot of games randomly just because of that. Catch people slipping.
Wow, that's really half my health bar like that, eh, buddy? Nice, good stuff. Nice, we got the berserk. Nice, perfect.
There we have another random VR2's game. We're fighting Holy Priest Survival Hunter. Run in, try to force some shit, get aggro. We got fade, or feign death, excuse me. Double tap, silence. Go into the blanket with the focus though, because he guardian the hunter made it really. We really sold it like we're going hunter. So he guardians the hunter. He probably has me on focus, and he's like, okay, who is the hunter targeting? He's targeting my hunter. But then you just focus rapid fire, win the game in the blanket, cover everything. So this is a nice little setup. Holy Priest Outlaw. I see a little flash of the Outlaw Rogue right there to my left, so I drop the trap rando. Drop the blanket silence, double tap, trying to like not get peeled from this rope stealth, trying to use my mobility weird. He runs through the trap, and we kill this guy in the silence. We had an aim shot proc there too.
I saw him earlier, so I knew he was on this side of the map.
That's the thing with Korean MM. You just have this palpable win con in your hands. Every one min. And if you set it up clean, cover your damage with blanket silence. You force stuff. You can either kill or force stuff. Like, this guy doesn't trinket, so he dies for it. And in what world does he think he needs to trinket a blanket silence? He just dispelled the root too, so he honestly couldn't even dispel this trap if he was even in a position to do so. But yeah, this rogue trinkets to peel me, but it's just too late. Like, we just created enough distance and we got it done. This is a Demo Lock healer game. Pretty annoying for our marksman hunter, especially with the Resto Druid. We're just doing some random VR2. I think we have like Kelp Lost Druid here. Guy just presses pet stun first global tyrant, does all his random shit. Of course, I'm just dead, but it's fine. We counter go. Drop the silence. Look at this guy just die in the blanket silence, man. It's actually so crazy. Be acquainted with your Chimaeral thing, boys. Fuck a Ross. You can put these healers in the dirt, man. No one ever thinks they need a trinket fade. Like, the best play for that guy right there in the silence and he sees the airdrop is literally trinket fade. Well, technically, the best play is to fade as the silence hits. Like, right before the silence hits, because he has two globals. He has two globals basically to react, so it's like, look at it from this POV, like. This guy literally trinkets to shove the go on me in coil. I basically almost died, but it's fine. Double tap, I poke out, silence. By the time I drop the arrow, the silence should hit. So he basically has like 0.5 of a second. He basically has 0.5 seconds to fade before the silence, or he needs to trinket fade. Those are his only options. It's crazy. Okay, here now we're playing with the rep from LFG/VR2s. Got a Holy Priest though, so you know it's on site. We build the trick shots to Arcane, get the 40 going. Silence, immune trinket, double tap, kick shadow, so he couldn't even pre-fade if he wanted to. Send the proc right as the silence ends. It's like the fade. It's like the fade deter thing, you know. It's like the aim shot proc is in the sky before he fades. Even though he fades while it's midair, it still kills him. It's like deterring chaos ball, you know. Yeah, I mean that's the gist of it. Once you get more comfortable doing that, like getting comfortable with your globals and setting up your damage and trying to cross stuff, the fucking sky's the limit, boys. Chimaeral Sting is your best friend. Be acquainted. Honestly, you could make probably a 40-minute video just of all these fucking random one-shots of killing people in a blanket silence, but I think you guys get the gist of it. It's just, I'm including this one because it's just funny, because like this guy's a little bit under-geared, and like when you know you have the damage, you can literally just fuck around and do dumb shit. Like you can, like I literally 360 and kill this guy. Like it's so much overkill on the go when you have a proc sometimes. Like especially if that guy's like under-geared, right? But like that's the rotation, you know. Get the Chimaeral out, double tap, send it. And honestly, like, the real strength of Chimaeral really does shine in threes when, like, you need to push for a trap, but like you're MM, so you don't really want to push for a trap, so you can just cover your damage from afar. This game is a great example of that. We're queuing MM Demo, so we're like the ultimate vibe comp. We're just turreting, CCing when we can, trying to find the most value for our damage. So here the Warlock uses port. I have my go coming up.
I'm gonna blanket healer and go right now.
The priest fades. I blanket healer. Look at where they are. They're across the map from me. But I do my go, and the healer's silenced. Everything's covered. We have a proc on the go too, so it's massive damage. My demo stuns the kill target. And we actually send these guys to the moon.
I get the pet out when I need it. Mid-game for freedom. But you never want to start with pet because you lose out on 10% damage from one wolf.
So here we got a little outlaw rogue disc priest. This comp can be really annoying, but you can do some things into it to make it easier. Me and Kaisram figured out a nice little strat about going rogue. This is honestly my favorite comp, MM Feral 2s. I could queue this shit all day, all night. So we just go, we get the rakes done. I just scatter trap this first go. We force the evasion, and this is why blanket silence is so good. So we get trinket evasion from rogue, and because of the blanket silence here, we force the healer's trinket pain sub too. This guy almost died in the blanket, but he knows he needs to trinket pain sub. Like a good player. So now it's defensive, but we got so much from that opener. As double DPS, it's so important to get those 2-for-1 goes. Because if we only got trinket evasion from the rogue in the opener and I didn't do the swap go on priest with my arrow, we would be really behind on cooldowns, momentum-wise. But now we're looking really good. They have no trinkets. He kidneys my thing. He actually deaths me here, but we counter trinket into the berserko here, so it's a lot of damage. So we force the dome.
I might go for a camo.
I'm trying to keep my helper healthy. Kaisram has no trinket though, so I'm just trying to get some distance. I scatter this guy. Feint camo. Marked him. So after you camo, if you get your pet out, not a lot of hunters know this. After you camo, if you get your pet out, any damage your pet takes does not break you out. So you can keep rogue stealth infinitely. Or like druids or like other classes like that, you know? You get the camo. So I root this guy line of his healer, so the healer can't dispel. Trap the healer from stealth, so no death. Really clean go here. GG.
Oh, nice. Beautiful. Yeah, pet damage is MM, like it hits for like barely 1,000.
That's it for the video today. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please remember to subscribe. We go live on Twitch pretty much every night too, so check me out there if you want. Got some more content coming your way soon. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.